therapy course for depression. If you watched the last video, hopefully you've been spending a little bit of time trying to incorporate meditation into your daily routine. Now, this is a new skill, and like all new skills, you need to practice regularly to get the benefits. But if you can persevere with this, you will gradually, over time, over a few weeks, start to notice the ability to step back from your experiences and create a little bit of distance between your thoughts and your feelings, but also the ability to direct your focus. Initially, you'll notice this when you were meditating, but over time, you will notice the ability to do this just in your day-to-day when you're not actively meditating. And this is when the real benefits start. In this video, I'm going to explain what happens next. And to do that, I'm going to start by talking to you a little bit about human psychology. For that, we're going to need a diagram. So, it starts with our personality. Now, our personality is made up of beliefs about ourselves, how good we think we are, our thoughts about our value, our worth, are we decent, are we worthwhile? It's also made up of our thoughts about other people, how we can expect other people to respond to us, do we expect to be treated well, criticised, rejected, misrepresented? And also thoughts about the world, is it a safe place, a fair place? And our personality basically acts as a filter through which everything that happens in the outside world passes. So we're not objective, neutral observers of the outside world. It all passes through our personality and those particular beliefs that we have. Once that information has passed through the filter of our personality, this is when we have our thoughts, our day-to-day thoughts about things that are happening in the world. Our thoughts then influence how we feel about things. So positive thoughts lead to positive feelings. And our feelings influence what we do. So this will feel familiar. We talked a little bit about this in the second video in this course. And all of these elements, thoughts, feelings, and behaviours, they all feed back into each other. So what we do influences how we feel and how we think, and how we feel influences how we think and, of course, what we do. So it creates a kind of a system, I suppose, that keeps itself going. All of the elements keep themselves going. There's another link here as well. These our day-to-day experiences, what happens down here, also feeds back into our personality and confirms maybe the beliefs that we have about ourselves and our worth, how we expect to be treated, and these sort of things. And this is how and why we can get so stuck in problems like depression and anxiety, because all the elements of our psychology are feeding and supporting each other. So the final piece of the puzzle is at the top here, and that is where our personality comes from. Now, we all have an innate tendency to be a particular way, but we need an environment to bring that out. So you may have an innate tendency to be a bit anxious, but unless your environment supports that, it's not going to manifest itself. Equally, you can have an anxious nature, but if your environment is calming and grounding, that won't manifest itself. So the key here to our personality is those early experiences. What happens in those early years will influence how we feel about ourselves, how we expect to be treated by other people, and what we think about the world in general. Okay, so that's human psychology. This is how we all work. You, me, the postman, everybody. Now in this course, we were looking at everything below this dotted line. So things that happen on a day-to-day basis. We were looking at helping you to stabilise your mood over the course of the days and weeks. But as you can see, there's quite a lot going on above this dotted line. And this is the stuff that will make you vulnerable to developing your problems in the first place, but also, if not addressed, will make you vulnerable to relapse. So to ensure that your symptoms don't return, it's really important to look at what is happening above the dotted line. Above the dotted line also might be the reason that you haven't noticed as many or as much change as you would have liked to in this course. Okay, so Above the dotted line, it's quite complex because it is tied up with our early experiences. So you may well need some professional help to untangle this. However, a good starting point is this book, Reinventing Your Life. It's available on Amazon. I had a quick look before I did this video. It's available for under £10. For some of you, it'll be all that you need. For others, it'll be a really good starting point. Okay, if you want or need any more information or help or support, please contact the British CBT and Counselling Service. The link to the service is in the bio. The clinical support team is available and trained to help you with everything that you need related to your mental health. Okay, moving forward, you need to keep this stuff going. The stuff we've talked about in the course, you need to keep it going. So keep recording your mood, keep accessing those thoughts that are triggering your depression, evaluating them and replacing them with thoughts that will lift your mood and boost your self-esteem. Remember, the changes will be slow and steady, but if you persevere, they will happen. Okay, good luck with your continuing journey to recovery, and I will see you soon.